Well, hello there. Alright, so we're playing this game, and it's a little loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Just, that's a little too much. Uh, uh, uh. There we go. Alright, so this is Spider-Man. This disappeared. Well, first glitch in the game. There we go. Say hi, Spidey. Alright, this is Spider-Man Web of Shadows. 2008 was a great game. What? No, well, there we go. Was a great year for Spider-Man games, and this is one of them. Basically, the only one that came out. His feet are not touching the pole right there, nor is his hand, but hey. Anyway, I think I held on to this for too long, which is why. This is Spider-Man. We have... The coolest part about this game is that we have the ability to turn from Venom Spidey to normal Spidey, and it's on the fly, so I could be swinging my webs in a very non-cool fashion because, you know, he attaches it to the ceiling of the world. And we just switch webs, which is the coolest thing. For 2008, you know, 2008 me thought this was the coolest thing back then. So this is the first mission, basically. It's after the intro. In the bottom left there, it says go back to Harlem, or now it says at the top of the screen. And basically we're gonna have to ignore that because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing missions today. This is not a story. This is consistency is a great thing that I do not possess. So what we're doing today is we're going to simply just travel around and, well, let me just show you. So we're gonna jump off here. Spidey can't take any damage when he falls, so basically just goes bloop. He fell, you know, hurts a little bit, but he's gonna grow that back. So we can just swing. Swinging is great. I really like the swinging in this game. I don't know if it's as good as PS2 Spidey or closest to it, but basically, we're gonna swing around and talk about random things while we collect those. Those are spiders, and the more you collect, the more HP and power meter, I guess, the red thing at the bottom right of our screen. We get more of those, and we grow stronger. We do better, and you know, we can. So we're just gonna go around and collect them, and I'll show you the game and what I can do so far. There's gonna be a lot of cool abilities to unlock later, but we won't bother with those because we can't actually unlock anything. So Spidey can do a variety of things in terms of acrobatics. He can run around buildings, up and down them. You know, he can do a leap. He can swing himself back, and he can also do this cool move, which allows him to, if I can get a tall enough building, I'll exemplify, but it basically allows him to knee slide up a building, which is cool. So, from what I've seen and heard, the swinging in Spider-Man games isn't that great, because his webs don't attach to objects, they just attach to air and, you know, other things. That's another one. Let's get that one. Can we? Yes, we can. Nice. Alright. So, this game is one of those games that doesn't have that great swinging. Like, so you can see his web there. It's not actually attached to the building. It's more to thin air. But unless you go in the Central Park of New York or Manhattan or whatever this is, or you go too high, you're not really gonna notice it because I, for one, have not noticed it unless I actually looked for it. So, you know, if you really wanna not have faults, this is not your game. This isn't the best Spider-Man game by a long shot, but it's one of the best, mainly because it has amazing potential with the whole suit changing mechanic. It just didn't really do much with it. The bosses and the plot is really good for exploitation, and I did a lot of cool stuff with it connected to Venom, but either you're gonna have to play it yourselves, which you can. It's really not a difficult game. It's a really easy game. You're really powerful. This Spidey is really fast, and he can kick a lot and punch a lot. And this Spidey is really strong and punch slow and do a lot of combos and use his web to grab people. He's gonna get tentacles later on, but we're not gonna bother with that right now. We're just gonna keep collecting. You can do all sorts of missions, like in okay, there we go. So every time you collect a certain number of ongoing Spidey things, you get more HP, like we've seen in the bottom right, and you more special powers. You might wonder why our portrait in the bottom right doesn't change from red to thing. This game has a moral compass to it. So the more things you do dressed in the black costume, uh, the more black points you get. And basically what that means is you will continue to be good or evil corresponding to which suit you use, which is a somewhat faulty mechanic, but this Spidey can throw cars. Cars have people in them, so people might get hurt. On one hand, it's a really good mechanic because it can. It also ties in with some choices, and basically the end game choice is made for you because if your portrait's black or if your portrait's red, you just end up picking the option corresponding to it, and the game ends in a certain fashion. You get to replay in New Game Plus and all that. This is a new install, so I did not get New Game Plus, even though I finished this game. I think I finished it. No, I didn't. I didn't actually finish it, but I went to the boss fight. I beat the boss fight, and I couldn't actually end it because it crashed right before the end scene. That's that's too unfortunate. But I've seen the ending on the internet, so I'm not missing out on anything. It's not that spectacular. It's just really cool to finally see the end. Anyway, the plot of this game, again, really good when it comes to potential. This whole game was potential. And for 2008, it actually looks really cool, and this game and Prototype, another game which is basically just open world, you know, made also by Activision, which is kind of surprising, um, is they have a lot in common. You know, you get to collect things and you get to kill things and you get powers and different abilities and you can level them up and you have points that you can use and you get points by killing people and all sorts of things that are nice and pretty like any other game in existence ever, right? So that's cool. Let's go there. So this game is basically a standard Spider-Man game for the most part. You know, bad guys do bad things. You go stop them using your webs and QTEs and stuff. I don't know. Actually, I remember if they're QTEs, but I think there's QTEs sometimes. Yeah, I think so. So you can't actually swing all the time if you're too high. Like if I'm like here, you know, I can't actually. Oh, never mind that. But yeah, if I'm too high, I can't actually swing, so I'm gonna fall uncontrollably or roughly uncontrollably. Although I can press X, which is a double jump. You know, Spidey has a double jump here, which is, I know, makes a lot of sense. Whoa, okay. And plot of the game, I got a little sidetracked there. Oh, there's two right here. All right, almost level 3. Plot of the game is basically Venom gives you this thing, and this is tied in with the comic books. So Mary Jane is upset at you because you're taking the Venom suit. The Venom suit's making you a lot more aggressive, and you're starting to kind of ignore your good guy part, and you do a lot more ruthless things. You're a lot more mean and evil and all sorts of stuff. And what happens is you basically get her mad. You try to reconcile at the beginning, but she gets hit in an explosion. She doesn't die, but she's in the hospital. And okay, my camera just screwed itself. Alright. So, I don't know why, but the camera seems to have kind of derped out. The game is prompting me to go back to Harlem because that's the next mission that I have to do for this actual sequence to end the tutorial sequence. I can actually swing? Alright, I think either A, my controller is screwed, or... No, okay, there we go. Oh, nice, level 30, alright. So this is Stark Tower. Stark Tower plays not much of a role in the game. It's more of a show, more of a show thing. It's here. It doesn't have any actual importance. It doesn't. I don't even know if it happens. If it looks like this in the comics, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because it has a whole evil masquerade thing up here, and see, it has this whole. What the hell? All right, it just fell off. My camera seems to be a lot less responsive for some reason. Anyway, yeah, this is Stark's Tower. It has this hologram up in here, and we can actually enter. We're not ever going to be able to enter, but let's just climb to the top, and then what I'd like to do before, like when this game came out. Can I get on that? I don't think I ever could. Could I now? Since my prowess, my mental prowess, shit, Come on, grab back. Grab back. Oh! Oh, okay. Let's try again. There's no aiming, but... No, I cannot actually. Wait, yeah, I can. Okay. So we're on the highest point in the game, if I'm not wrong. Either this one or... Yeah, this is the tallest point in the whole game, with no actual purpose to it. That's a Statue of Liberty over there, which is cool. I don't even know if it's accurate. It's probably not, but... Right, so we can just jump off here. What I also do is just do this, and then it would jump off and hurt Spidey a little bit. But it's fun because it actually doesn't get hurt. He takes a little bit of damage and then, you know, grows back up. Yeah, no matter how much you try to wreck him in the face. Anyway, let's just keep swinging. My FPS dropped severely there. I think it's because of people. This game isn't exactly the most optimized game, but I'm really sidetracking myself. So anyway, yeah. The game. Let's go back to the game. It's fun. The combat is easy. A lot of simple combos, but it also has potential for some really cool combos. This costume has a lot of AoE, while the other costume has a lot of single target burst damage and flurries and all sorts of fancy web shields and stuns. It's a lot more stunny. While this one is a lot more killy. So you shoot things in the head with your web, and you can... Well, you don't get web anymore. You're gonna have tentacles after a while, but you're still gonna shoot webs like Venom does. Except, you know, again, your whole punch mechanic is gonna be connected to your tentacle swing combos. What the hell? All right, the camera is good, but not great. This is weird right now because it seems to be stuck to a 4-axis, and I'm using a controller, a gamepad, a random gamepad, and it was working just fine, but probably something interfered with it. I'm not sure what. This game is fun. I can't deny the fun of this game. Wolverine appears in this game. You have all sorts of allies. You can summon. I think his name's Moon Knight. I don't know. You know, if you're a comic book dude or anything like that, you would know Moon Knight. I think you have a lot of choices between Black Cat and MJ, and you get to choose romance things. Venom shows up. I don't think he allies with you at any point. He does not. Vulture also shows up and he allies with you. Who else? There's somebody else. Doc Ock does not. And the Lizard also does not show up. I believe someone else by the name of... Come on, who is it? Oh yeah, you also get Luke Cage. Luke Cage is the... Is it Luke Cage? Yeah, okay. I was thinking of Nick Cage for a second. I was really confused because Nick Cage seemed like he wouldn't be able to play a muscly dude, a really bulky dude in a who's also not white, in a yellow T-shirt, you know, beating up bad guys. Although he did do a pretty good job in Marvel's Ghost Rider. Nice. We're collecting a lot of those Spidey things. So, final thing about the game that I'm gonna say is my favorite part about this game, and probably the only feature that makes it my favorite Spider-Man game of all time, because otherwise it'd be the first one, the Spider-Man 1 PS1 game, which I have recently played again on an emulator, and it was great. No complaints there, except maybe the controls. But anyway, my favorite feature is that you can swing to a pole. Hold on, let's just do it more artistically. You can swing to wherever and just pick a pole and just do this. And Spider-Man just swings, and sits. And you can do that like I did at the beginning of this video. You can do it in all sorts of positions and all that. It's fun, you know. Let's see. Let's go back to Harlem for now. Collect whatever's on the way and try and show you some combat while I talk about Spider-Man itself. So, in this game, Spider-Man is really angsty. The beginning sequence is one of the angstiest beginning sequences ever, which is why 2008 me really enjoyed it, I guess. Um, this game has endless talks about moral, right and wrong. It's all the Spider-Man cliches when it comes to Venom's and Venom's suit, the symbiote. It's really just a lot of what's the word I'm looking here? I'm looking for here. It's got a lot of angst. It's just I can just describe it like that. It's got a lot of angst, and that kind of drives me away from it. But at the same time, it's not exactly the most horrible plot, the most horrible dialogue and acting. The Spider-Man voice, I'm not sure who does it, but it's good. I'm happy with the Spider-Man voice. For me, it's been the Spider-Man voice that I identified with, that I just accepted to be the one for a long time, actually, until probably the most recent cartoons. But yeah, it's one of the most well-made Spider-Man games, even though in terms of actual game development, it's not that great. It's got a lot of glitches and issues, and it can screw itself really badly, but when you see past those issues and you just accept it as the game that it is, because there's not that many games with Spider-Man in this formula, is like I know of, except the movie tie-ins, which are the three. Um, there's well 1, 2, 3, and one isn't, so 2 and 3, and then there's this one. Oh, okay. So I have to stop crimes. Let's just, before I talk about the game, before I talk about the combat, I'm gonna. So there's those games, and then there's not many where it's an open world. There's Shattered Dimensions, which is, I think it's a good game. There's Edge of Time, which is also a good game. But again, nothing really to choose from when it comes to Spidey games. Sadly, I would like more, and the movie tie-ins in the last 2, 3 years, I just, yeah, I'd rather not. Okay, so I'm a pretty big Spider-Man fan, in case you haven't noticed, which I guess you haven't, because I haven't really talked about it that much, but I'm a pretty big Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man's my favorite hero for multiple reasons, um, but I really think this game is my favorite because of Spider-Man as he is here. Like, he's cooler than you expect, but not cooler than you'd want him. He's cool, and does have a lot of cool powers, and I happen to know this because this move here, because it's just really, Spider-Man's feet are really, really effective against whatever low-life thugs you have to face, and fire hydrants and people. Oh, okay. Did I kill him yet? Yes. All right. 2 crimes stopped. Oh, I gotta go back there. Oh, stop swinging, man. Central block, because it looks really unrealistic. Ugh. Let's do this. Oh, this is really dizzy. Oh, okay, that's really fast, and just stops in a really awkward and really not polished position, but he does it, so I'm happy with that. The FPS also tends to tank around here because it has to load all the cars. Inside the city, it's not that much traffic, but here it's trying to simulate a more real, I guess, look to the game. So it's trying to simulate. Later in the game, it's gonna get really okay to run because a lot of things happen and there's not that many people around anymore. But I hear people getting beat up somewhere around here, so let's just swing to there. Okay, that cool backflip of yours, Spidey. And let's just show off why the suit's great. Let's lock onto that guy. Pick up this car and eat it. Bam. Okay, he got. Oh, and that's not gonna heal anytime soon. Spider-Man does not say puns in this. He doesn't say that many puns because, again, he's really angsty, so it's not the Spider-Man you're used to and, the happy and cheery TV shows and all that. But really, it's just, it's fun to play. I remember playing this game, but I intentionally did not finish the last mission because I wanted to do more, like, just, go around more and do things. Bloods and Crips, I'm assuming. All right, let's just. Oh. We don't have that much. Stop shooting at me. There's an ability in this game that allows us to do endless combos, and that's extremely fun. But you know, I'm not gonna. I don't have it yet because I have no upgrades almost. So we did that mission, so it's not gonna bother us anymore, which is good. I think. I think it's not going to bother us anymore. Either A, I go too far and it's gonna kick me out of like it's gonna be like, oh, you failed, so he's gonna reset me, or it won't do that in which case that'd be really good. So. Right. Why Spidey? Why, of all people, Spidey? You know, as my favorite superhero. You could have Superman, or Batman, or Thor, or Iron Man, which is much cooler than Spider-Man, isn't he? It is, but you can't really relate to Iron Man, can you? You're not rich, you're not really good with making robots, but hey, you know, Peter Parker is a nerd. We're all nerds here, that's why we're reading comics. Um, Peter Parker's, you know, awkward. Uh, he's decent looking, not the best looking, at least in some of his iterations. And Spider-Man's not that powerful. You know, he's not extraordinarily powerful, but he's really strong sometimes, and he can pull off some really cool feats. And he just saves, you know, normal people. He works as a journalist, and he has all these normal things about him, and he's like, it really, his normality is what draws most people to him, me included, because I don't really look for anything except relatability in characters. So if I can relate to them, that'd be great. I'd really be happy with that. This game does a lot of that, or I guess doesn't do that much of that, but there's a lot of Spidey, and Spidey's cool. Spidey is nice, and it is the best amount of Spidey you can get on a daily basis. There's Kingpin troops, but never actually the Kingpin in this game. There's all sorts of classic classic villains, except the Lizard and the Goblin. I think they don't show up, no, but there's some Goblin tech laying around, and a lot of shield happening too. That's cool. You know, you actually fight on the helicarrier at some point, but oh, you actually have a block here. I did not realize that. I forgot about the block. So oh, let's go on the bridge. Right. What else am I gonna talk about this game? It I don't know. The music's good. It doesn't look that great, but the model for Spidey is really nice. Let me see if we can get a close-up. I'm not sure if I can. The model of Spidey is really good. You know, he has a great high quality texture to his thing compared to like anything else. You know, if you look to a building, it's okay. It's like it's a good texture, but Spidey's plastic. I guess his cartoonish look helps out a lot to the feel of, hey, this is a game and this is a comic book character. It's not that great. It doesn't look amazing. There's a lot of pop in because it was a console game, so you know they ported it over here. They ported it wrong and really. So yeah, we can't actually go through here. If you fall in the water, I believe he just jumps out. Yeah, Spidey just goes. Actually, he doesn't here, but yeah, Spidey normally just goes, "Hey, I can't swim," and wait a minute, is this? Yeah, I'm thinking of a different game, not this one. For some reason, I always thought that Spidey couldn't swim here, so I would just, you know, I always imagined him jumping out, but I guess not. I guess that was a different game. I'm not sure which one. I kind of want to know now. All these people are just appearing and stuff, but can I actually hurt somebody? Can I like that's not. See, Spider-Man doesn't do this because, but you can. You have to. You just ow. Okay, we gotta grab. See, if you grab this taxi and you throw it, it gives you 2 black points because you just killed somebody, and that's. See, it's fine, but in truth, you destroy his car, so you get to pay. And the more things you destroy, and the more not Spidey things you do, even though Spidey destroys things all the time, It'll cost you points, and there's a moral compass right about here. Here, alignment. See, and the more black you go, well, actually, it doesn't really matter. It just matters that you're past halfway. These are all the allies you can get. I believe it's Nick Cage, the Rhino, Vulture, the Moon Knight, or whatever, Wolverine, um, did I say Electro already? Black. So it's Black Cat, Vulture, someone, Rhino, and Electro, and they're really cool. They're really cool. They're actually really well made. The symbiote has like basically possesses everybody, and you have to beat all of them up. And the character designs are really nice, and they're really frightening and scary. And Venom is as cool as always, because Venom's the best villain in the history of supervillains, in my opinion, at least. So there's nothing wrong about that. It's been about 26 minutes of me ranting about this game and how much I like it, but I haven't shown you much because I just said I collected 70 of these. Wow, that actually seems like like not a lot. I'm not gonna talk to this guy because this would trigger a cutscene, but if we can, oh, actually, I'm gonna trigger a cutscene right now. Actually, no, I'm not. All right, this is Luke Cage. Luke Cage, yeah. This is Luke Cage, big, strong, invincible skin. I'm sure you all know him. Let me see if I can. Oh, he keeps rotating. Oh, you can't see me. You can't. I'm not the real one. For some reason, when he runs like this on, he looks a lot bulkier than he does on this one. He's like a lot scrawnier and, I don't know. Not my kind of mean Spider-Man, but you know. Also, when you're like this, people tend to like you, which is nice. This is like a nice touch. People tend to like, oh wow, look out, because you're mean. But if you be good, they would actually be drawn to you, and when they'd be drawn to you, if you have the red portrait in the bottom right, if you turn, they'd be a lot more scared and they would run away. But I believe they even attack you at some point, but that might be again another game. I'm not sure. Uh, See, you can do this. There's a hurt civilian around. We're gonna pick him up for the sake of example, but yeah, you hurt somebody, and you can pick them up. Although we can't because we pushed this guy into the building. Ooh, oh, that's an issue. I don't think we can actually. Wait. Left trigger, left trigger, left trigger. It's only the left trigger the hell out of it, but. Okay, I actually cannot get to him. That's. Yeah, like I said, this game isn't the most stable game. It's not the most polished game. It's actually really, really, really rushed. I think Activision just wanted it out as fast as possible, and well, I mean, they got it out. Although I do respect the development team for this, they did the best they could with what they had, and it's a fun game. It's a really good, nice game. I keep trying to say good, but it's good to me. It's good for me, but most of you probably won't consider it this way because it's got the whole. But I think it's mostly nostalgia because right now playing it, it's not exactly the best game I've ever played, but it's still fun to roam around. And I just wish, yeah, you fail, you get black points, so you get even worse and you're more evil and all that. I believe the police start shooting you at some point, but that might be just me imagining a different part of the plot, or who knows. I actually don't remember, so. Okay, let's pick this up. So we're gonna get to 80, and then we're gonna see if we keep going. Until then, I'm going to let's talk about this consumable thing. So you can just collect as many as you can find. I think I collected about 300 to 400 before I actually ended the game on my previous 2009-10 playthrough, whatever. And I just did that, and that worked, and that was fun. It gives a lot of bonuses which you don't need. You honestly could finish the game without picking any of these up, and they would work just fine. That's another one there. I want to get it. Uh, There's a lot of them scattered everywhere in every little nook and cranny, and it's more fun to explore it when the whole plot develops because there's more enemies around, so you can mess around with them. There's a combo chain. You can try and hold as many combos as you can. So it's undoubtedly fun, but I'm not gonna be able to get up there, am I? Not really. Let's see. That's a shield. You can get a shield. You can make it out of the web or out of the whole tendril thing that the Venom suit has. It's just cool. Although a little useless sometimes. It does a lot of damage to bosses, so it's good around boss fights. But with crowds of enemies, you're better off using the crowd control with the webs. You know, comboing them and then going in there with this one like a complete nuker and just destroy everybody while they're stunned. So that's cool. This game has like, a lot of aesthetically pleasing things. I can just do this. That's really cool. That's the whole the most edgy thing I could think of, the most uh, angsty thing. He can stick to walls and look really dramatic into the city, you know, watching over like a guardian, and all sorts of things you can do. It's a fun game. It's not the best game. I must say like 40,000 times so far. I think I'm trying to convince myself at this point. Really, it's just I'm really just trying to convince myself. All right. Um, I'm going to try and climb that over there, the Empire State Building looking like thing. And then I'm going to end this video. But, I would like to sign off by saying that this video is not meant to be a series. I'm not going to continue picking things up in games unless I really feel like it. I got lost. I'm not going to continue talking about games at all. I think that's actually the Stark Tower. No, it's just Wilson Frisk. I know that. I know that. I know that building from somewhere. The Spider-Man lore and all that. I'm actually probably not going to continue the series or my YouTube channel or whatever. But I don't know. Feedback's appreciated. Oh, this is a Kingpin thing. Mission thing. I hate this mission. Oh god, I remembered. Right. Feedback is appreciated. Nothing wrong with that. So if you do have any feedback, please feel more than free. Why didn't you? There we go. More than free to let me know. My name is Raz, and I'll see you some other time. Until then, just keep swinging, I guess.